The following is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
Well, the curling season is in full swing. Curlers from across this country were in Calgary at Winsport this past weekend, the PointsBet Invitational, and would you believe it? It was a Brier rematch. Mike McEwen taking on Brad Gushue. Magic Mike McEwen making it look easy. Yeah, there's a celebration right there. An 8-3 victory for Magic Mike McEwen. Mike, wonderful to see you. Congratulations. What's going right for this team? Because not only was it a PointsBet victory, but that's 3 in a row. What is going on for this team?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best Septembers I've ever had in my career. What's interesting how our season started. Maybe not everybody knows that we went to Scotland to compete in an event in August, and let's just say we played more games of golf than we did games of curling. Fell on our feet, sort of fell on our faces a little bit, and I think that actually, despite it, not being a great start for us, and into some pretty tough competition in Europe, teams that had been on the ice for many weeks, it was good because it really sparked us to work hard in early September, and then that laid the groundwork for some pretty exciting things to happen for us in that month.
And of course, a cool $50,000, which always helps, Mike, for that victory. Hey, I'm reflecting on you and I having a conversation after the Brier in Regina, wearing those Saskatchewan colors, and like I said, you look good in green. But this resurgence for you in particular has been beautiful to watch. You're brimming with confidence. So why don't we play that clip from the Brier and then talk a little bit about what you believe is happening for you with this team. So let's watch this first.
This team is genuine. Like everything that you see on and off the ice, and even when things get tough out there, like everything that's said, everything that's felt and shown is really genuine with this team. We don't have to fake it, which is really special because that doesn't always happen in business and sport. And I'm just so fortunate to be where I am right now, and I didn't always have that perspective also. It's taken me a long time to come around. But it feels so good to be able to play with that mindset. And we were ready, regardless of the result today. We were ready for whatever happened and accepting of it, because we knew that we had everything to give, and we did that. We emptied the tank. And we knew it would take everything to win it.
Yeah.
But it felt so good going into this week, knowing that we actually had everything to give to.
Mike, what comes up when you watch that? Because it just seems that you're so at ease and, like I said, so confident on the ice with these guys.
Yeah, well, it's cool to hear those words again. And it's as true right now as it was in March. The three guys in front of me have really brought out something, special in myself, as far as my capability to perform well, and just, yeah, they're such good teammates. Like I really am, and really do feel that I've come into a team, into a situation, very fortunate that it really does feel like everything has, the ups and downs have led to this happening, this team forming. It really feels like I had to go through those things to end up in this place in my curling career. So yeah, everything about that still feels true. The start of the season, I just feel like I've got great teammates. They have my back. And we just work so well. I think I said it in one of our team meetings. It almost feels like we're kind of one entity. If that's a little corny or whatever, but it doesn't feel like we're four individuals, kind of trying to operate together. It really does feel kind of one collective, which is like really amazing. Yeah, just great teammates.
It just looks like you guys are having so much fun. And from my perspective, as I watch you communicate, I'm just so struck by, like you said, the oneness. It's almost like a shared brain when you're on the ice and you're all thinking and anticipating.
Maybe we have two guys that almost have a shared brain.
Dan and Kevin, the twins. Wonderful. Looks like a beautiful day in Charlottetown. Of course, we're catching you in the middle of the Slam, and there's a bit of a new granite order right now with new ownership and a lot of excitement around all of this. You're coming off a victory this morning. I think you're still on the B side, or where are we at, Mike?
Yeah, we had an early morning draw against the young Scottish team, Crape from Scotland. You know, they're very up and coming, good team. Got a win, so we're in a B qualifier tomorrow. I'm not sure we know our opponent yet.
Okay.
So yeah, we're in a good spot. Two opportunities, either through the B or if not through the C, to qualify for the playoffs.
What's the vibe? Where is the energy at? Because, of course, I've been in contact with Nick Sulsky, and a lot of people, of course, were able to stream all the games. I was watching you play this morning. The quality was great. What's your sense of where everything is at and where this game is headed with this new ownership for the Slam?
There's a lot of excitement. Just talking to Nick, and he's so open and willing to listen, and you know, any crazy idea that we've thrown at him, it's almost like he's already thought about it. So it's really good feeling to have that kind of connection with Nick. If anybody has a chance to sit down with him and talk, you'll definitely get a ton of energy from him and excitement to see where he can take this, and it will take time, but you know, already seeing, you know, what I think are already dramatic progressions. You know, having John Cullen, Brent Lang, and you know, Tyler George is a beauty, and hearing them and listening to them in the booth while they're doing all the stream games, it's, you know, there's some pretty cool interactions that are happening there. And so from that side, just been really kind of in tune to watching that and see what that looks like. It looks like I want to get in there. That looks like a lot of fun.
Well, don't rush there. Don't rush there.
No, but it sounds like the feeling that I get is that now it's like the athletes have an opportunity to pull with the organization to take curling to the next level. Whereas before, it's not that Sportsnet and, you know, the Grand Slam and Rogers, etc. It wasn't like we weren't working together, but we still felt like separate entities. But now it kind of seems like, it really feels like we're all into this together, because as athletes, as curlers, we need this to be a success. Because if it isn't, the downside is not good for the sport.
Well, no kidding.
I feel that there's a change happening, that, hey, like, everybody is in this together, and let's get on board. Let's more content, more excitement, more interactions. We've got an opportunity to do something that's, you know, never really been done in the sport as collective as I feel like this could be.
Yeah. Hey, winding down, because I know, well, I'm not sure what you're doing with the rest of the day. Maybe you're golfing.
Look at Flash there hanging out in the hammock.
Of course he is.
That's where I want to be.
Well, we'll let you go. We'll let you get there. Hey, maybe a quick word on you know, there's always this conversation about Canada versus the world, and everybody has a lot of opinions about it, especially at the Slam, where you have international competitors and they're winning a lot. Mike, what's the sense on where you're at, and how much of a personal responsibility you feel on making sure we change that narrative?
Yeah, I think at the top level, it's really good for, you know, another Canadian team like ourselves to enter the conversation to you know, push Brad we're going to push each other, right? We're going to push Brad Gushu, Brad Jacobs. We're all going to benefit from that rivalry to find ways to get better. What's really happening on the international scene too, though, is their young teams are getting better earlier and playing earlier in the season. Like right now, a lot of us are actually playing catch up to the European teams, and so I think there is changes that are starting to happen. I've seen and talked with, seen some of the ideas and talked with David Murdoch. And I think we are moving that direction to identify earlier, get our younger, our mid-level teams some more support, help playing earlier and more often. And because that's, that is where the sport is going to go. And Canada needs its next set of players, and we don't want them to be maybe not my advanced age, but we still don't want them to be, mid 30s and older, right? Like we want, great young players in their early mid 20s, and the challenge is how do we identify and get them the help they need to make that progression like the international teams are doing as we speak.
I had this conversation with Colleen Jones this morning about, and you said it, sometimes you got to go through all of that. You got to go through the fire to know how to win. And it's interesting that you and Brad, of course, playing the 2001 Junior Championship, and here you all are all these years later, still playing in championships. So you can't discount that veteran experience, Mike. And on that point,
where it's hard to put us away, right?
And on that point, we'll let you go get a nap in the hammock. So listen, so grateful for you doing this. Continued success this season in Charlottetown and the rest of the way.
Thanks. And again, I appreciate all that you do for the sport and the coverage and lots of eyeballs and interest. You guys are doing a great job.
More to come, Mike. All right. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks.